This is something that I think everybody that works the business will. Sorry, somebody's trying to get a hold of me, but anyway. This doctor, I just enrolled. The biggest hurdle I have to climb over right now when I approach people that know about Nu Skin and some of being in Nu Skin is, it's a breakaway plan. And how have things changed from when you started to where it is now? I mean, I know there's been more money added and things like that, but how would you handle that if you know that person has had some experience and they walked away from their Nu Skin business to do something else?
Well, I would just say, as you know, the breakaway plan has tremendous power, and nothing will outpay the leaders in a more lucrative way than a breakaway plan. Saying that, I would just say, Joe or Mary, that the company recognized that we had a weakness, and our weakness was the front end of the plan, the new people coming in, and they have added so many things you wouldn't recognize it. They add bonuses and fast start money and a wealth maximizer that they determine which is going to pay the most, and they truly understand, and that's why. And again, I said that's why we're growing. I bring everything back to the this is why Fox News wants to know how 142% our stock has gone up. Why we had 20-some months in a record sales. Why we just had the best year ever, best quarter ever. Our last quarter was up $68 million in just one quarter. How many network marketing companies would like to do $68 million, and that was how much we went up. So, you recognize, and you know what? I saw it all happen when we started. It wasn't an issue.
Right.
The breakaway plan.
Right.
And what had happened is that we had made so many people. We moved so many people through the plan, and then the Mark Mabrys, the Buzz Kroners, the John McClellans, we were making some pretty decent money at the back end of the plan. Well, all of the competition, everybody wanted to be like Nu Skin. Well, they couldn't. They couldn't compete with Nu Skin on the back end of the plan. So what did? They loaded the front end, and they went after our weakness.
Yeah.
And what they didn't understand, if you put all that money on the front end, then the leaders don't stay.
Exactly.
That's why all those leaders are around. And there's only so much money you can give out, but we happen to give out more. Oh, they'll say we got 50 cents or 68 cents on every dollar going back. Poppycock.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
Usually it's Amway's about 25%. It's usually in the 30%. But our company, because we're publicly traded, it's 42, 43 cents on the dollar. In the United States, it's 46 cents. That's a lot of money that they changed. They had to get it from somewhere, and without taking it from, because they knew if they ever messed with the back end of the plan, they would lose their most valuable asset. All of those people that you saw walking across stage wouldn't have been there if they took it from. If they try to counter, but if you were a new network marketing company, you couldn't go after the back end of our plan. It takes too long. You loaded the front end with all these binary and these matrix, and they load them all in the front end. But none of those people are making the kind of money that we are.
Yeah.
None of them. They'll make a okay.
So,
make 20 or 30,000.
But here's the most important part that everybody needs to hear, because you're living proof of this, and there's dozens in our upline that are, 7, 8 people, is that everybody that thinks they know Nu Skin, they say about the comp plan, oh, you can't make money. Well, wait a second. You're living proof, and then we watch all these people going across the stage that are living proof. So what you're saying is that used to be the old mantra of Nu Skin, that the new person can't make money, and Nu Skin's now changed. Not changed, they basically enhanced their comp plan. So now you guys have the best of both worlds. Everybody knows the leaders in Nu Skin are being paid because they never leave. And now, all these new people, all these new stories, like the one person you just said that came back.
Jolynn, yeah, she came back. She never made more than $1,000 a month, probably more like $500 to $600, and she worked so hard. She comes back, and in
makes
2.5
all that
months,
money.
she makes $12,100, and at the same time, our check in the last year went up 50%. We got a 50. So we took care of the front end, but they didn't take it away from us. So as I'm helping Jolynn, our check is doing this. Well, that's, that'll get you out of bed.
Yeah.
But, a compliment to what Dave has been talking about, because this is what we are hearing all the time, is, Guillermo, what are you doing in Nu Skin? Nu Skin is 25 years old. The new startups, that's where the money's at. Nu Skin's compensation plan is too complicated. go to a new start company. I mean, what would you say to them?
You know what? I just say, you look at the history of network marketing. 60,000 companies have gone out of business since 1965. 60,000. And only 5 have gone to $1 billion and still in business. Now, the question that you have to ask yourself, do you believe, and this is what I ask everybody, my people in my group that I deal with on a daily basis. This is the question you have to ask her. Do you believe, based on what you know about this company, we just $1.33 billion in sales. Do you believe in the next 5 to 10 years we're going to go to $5 billion? All right. If you believe that, a startup company
is nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
Your risk is so high. And then I ask him, if you're going to do network marketing, see, I think too many people get in network marketing with a thought, they say the residual, but really what they're doing is trying to get rich quick.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you really, and see, I wanted to make money quickly, but what I wanted more than anything else is to do it one time.
Yeah.
Only one time.
Yes, yes.
And that is, I was willing to grind it and work it and blood, sweat, and tears, but only do it one time.
Yep.
Yes.
And you're living proof. John McClellan's living proof. Mark Mabry's living proof.
Yep.
Buzz and
So
Dr.
This is
Nair.
your first time ever network
Ever.
marketing. See, how many stories are like that in New Skin?
Yeah.
You know, with the guy in San Antonio, they did multiple network marketing, and he's over our house, and I told you like this in the call, and we're sitting there talking, and I'm telling this my story and so on, and he asked, well, how many other ones? I said, no, this is it. He says, you're a unicorn. This is the mystical horse with a. I've never seen it before. I hear there might be one. I've never met anybody who's been with one company for 19 plus years and is still working the business and is still as excited.
And here's the key that everybody needs to know is that normally people don't choose like billion-dollar companies because they've lost a lot of their momentum. It is rare to have a billion-dollar company right now with this momentum of a startup. So that's why most people go to startups is because they want that momentum, that energy.
Yep.
And Nu Skin has the energy and momentum of any startup I've ever seen. I've been a part of some pretty big momentous startups, and Nu Skin has that energy right now. So you got the best of both worlds.
And Guillermo,
Yes.
the thing is that a startup company can only tell that story.
Yep.
That's the only story they have.
Yeah.
You need to get on the ground floor. They don't want to tell you that the success rate, I mean, it is so much worse than going to Las Vegas.
It's 1 in
I mean,
1,000.
it's 1 in 60,000. It's about 5 in 60,000. What is that?
Yeah.
So they got to tell you that story. They got to tell you don't want to do Nu Skin. You want to be on the ground floor.
Yes.
They have no other story. They don't have a history. They don't have science. They don't have double-blind studies. They don't have all of this.
Okay.
They don't have the infrastructure in place. You know, that biophotonic scanner, which you haven't, really
Yes.
played around with too much. How many companies do you know that could come up with $100 million to buy that technology and to be able to You know, when Maureen and I were scanned on that thing in a building, where was it, in the research, about 2002, it was on a table about 10 foot long, and we had to put our hand in the wires and with the light coming somewhere and pipes going up, and that's what we paid $10 million for.
Wow.
University of Utah didn't give us this portable deal. So now you had to take this 10-foot long table and you had to start working on it knowing that it would be 2 years before you would ever make a penny off of it. The age lock. 3 years they worked on the age lock and never made a penny. You know how many tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
See, a startup company
Cannot do that.
can't do it. They just got to hope that they can get enough volume quick enough to be able to pay the commissions, and they usually do it ass backwards, and that is what almost all these network marketing companies, and this is what our company has never done, and that is basically you guys go out and sell a bunch of product,
Yes.
and then next month we're going to pay you commissions. But the commissions are being made off of next month's volumes.
Wow.
The pyramid
Yeah.
scheme.
It is. And it works well as long as your sales are doing
Yeah,
this.
but the moment
first
the-
time goes down, you don't have enough
Then
money.
you cut the comp plan.
Well, you do one of 3 things that I've seen over the years.
Physicals